Oh, well. This is interesting. I was going to do this the regular way, but it doesn't seem to work. So we are doing it this way. What I want to talk about in this live stream is personal finance. And one of the things that's really important about personal finance, because I've been doing a lot of research to start the channel, which I launched today. And what I'm going to do, since I got to do it this way, is go ahead and find this stream. What's up, Trav? Copy. You know, YouTube is kind of crazy. It is the craziest thing. All right. So what I'm gonna do, put this in the comments. That's the new channel. One of the things I'm looking at doing is bringing a different level of sensibility, because I've been doing a lot of research, and I've been watching a lot of personal financial channels, and the big thing is, whatever your financial situation is, money is at the cornerstone of it. Money is a really big issue, and there's talks about how to invest, how to manage your credit cards, but very few people are talking about how to make more money. This is something, and there's a few people that will talk about maximize your income. They'll say maximize your income. Go out and have a garage sale something, but there is not a key emphasis on creating more money. And my last stream I did, I saw it in the comments. It's like, why not invest in all three? My stock market's going, my stocks, I have faith my stock's going to do it well. Here's the thing. Starting a business can make you a multi-millionaire within 10 years. Investing in the stock market over the long haul could take you 30 to 40 years to become a millionaire. So if you could do it literally 4 times faster, why wouldn't you? And once again, when I was in the stock market, and I'm going to get back into it, one of the reasons my portfolio was so huge was I was investing 50% of my income. I mean, when you invest 50% of your income, you will see your investments stack up really, really quickly. So will be the key, because it's going to be Glendon Cameron. That's the name of the channel. It's going to be personal finance, entrepreneurship, and wealth development. And the first video on there is talking about personal finance for married couples. If you're a married couple, oh my God. If you handle your money right, you could get rich within 10 years as a married couple, because you have 2 incomes. So we got that going on. And, the whole thing is, why are so many people afraid of starting a business? I saw an example of if most businesses were successful. One of the reasons that most businesses are not successful is you have people who are going out starting businesses that don't play to their strengths. I'll give you an example. I have a friend who's very good at Excel and stuff. And I was like, start a business with that. Now I'm just tired of it. I'm burnt out. So the thing that they can do that would have the most chance of financial success, they don't want to do it. I see this happen with a lot of people. I see this happen all the time. It's like the thing that will be the most financially successful, they don't want to do it. And this comes back to awareness, knowing what the marketplace is looking for, and playing to your strengths. If you are going to go out and start a business in a field that you know nothing about, and you're not willing to dedicate yourself to 2 to 3 years of prep work, i.e., going to work for someone, because like before I sold commercial office furniture, I worked for a company selling commercial office furniture. This is where I got my connections. This is how I was able to set up my accounts. This is where I built the relationships. And the first year's sales, it was a success, but I got used to that nice money. And it just, 1.5 million in sales, only $35,000 profit. And my friends was like, hey, you made a profit. My first year I lost money. I was like, I lost a lot of money. But one of the things is you need to start a business that plays to your strengths. Whatever you're strong in, if you're a good communicator, start a business with good communication. And people want to do what they want to do, but they don't want to do what they can do. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say you have a hobby and you love your hobby and you do well at your hobby. The minute that you put some responsibility onto it, people don't want to do their hobby anymore. So it comes to a matter of personal discipline. That's the key. Personal discipline. This is one of the things that you have to deploy. This is one of the things that you need to be aware of. Because once again, you get people out here who are starting these businesses in areas, or they'll start a business like, well, I hear that this kind of business makes good money. Like I hear the vaping business, vape stores make a lot of money. So I'm going to start a vape store. This is how people start businesses. Hearsay, fancy. I'm like, all of my businesses that have been successful have come from a position of strength. First business that I started, I had, well, not years, but I had a few months of selling office furniture, and it was successful. Storage auction business. I knew that selling used stuff was successful, so I was really successful at that. Then I took that storage auction information, turned it into an information business, which was successful. Then I took things that came from the business, like the LLC course, which really sells very well. That came from doing it. So once again, if you want a successful business, it needs to be something that plays to your strength, not something that you got to go out and learn how to do. And that is one of the big issues that seems to happen with people, because, I've seen people in there talking about their jobs, I know from personal experience how fast a successful business can make you rich. And it doesn't take decades. From start to finish, most businesses, if you know what you're doing, if you have the right information, right training, you push it on the business, you're going to get richer, extremely well off within 10 years. And, one of the things I see that many people just want to abscond personal responsibility. Like, I don't want to work. Yeah, the holding course company is still available. All that stuff's available. Maximum Augustine. The reason people don't want to start a business is because they simply worry about what other people think. And remember, this person said that if a dude says he's an entrepreneur, then he's broke. Really? Really? I've never heard that before. That's crazy. That's asinine to me. It really is. Because, one of the reasons that people don't want to start businesses is it's something new. It is something that is scary. It is something they got to grow. Starting a business is going to make you very uncomfortable. Because, like I'm taking this YouTube course and it is just pretty much spelling out how I've been doing YouTube wrong. I don't want to show up at work and make $2 an hour. What? That's crazy. Because, I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff on this personal finance. Turf, the entrepreneur path is the route to financial freedom. Absolutely. Like I said, let's go ahead and take a simple business like painting. You want to start a painting company. If you're willing to go through the struggle of hiring people, if you want a successful 7-figure business painting, you're going to have to deal with employees and you have to deal with customers. Tiger Shark, I was discussing my new business project at Starbucks yesterday. Everybody around was listening. My friend said I was worried. Was I worried? I said, no one will take action. Pretty much. Appomac, when I saw you talking about success in the storage auction business, I knew you were telling the truth because I had success at it for years, but I never thought it turned into a business. This is one of the things that produce justice. One of the reasons why most people don't want to start a business is because it costs money to start a business. Also takes the right info to start information. Also, produce justice. It does not take money to start a business, but to your second point, it does take the right information. King Nick, you're right about the personal responsibility aspect. I worked on databases for 1/3 of my life. I'm great at it. Was tempted to write it off as a business idea once I felt like it was responsibility. I have seen people talk about that. It's like, hey, I got my hobby. And then the minute that the hobby started becoming real and you had to be accountable, they didn't like the hobby that much anymore. It was funny. I've been looking into drywall finish and painting business. Once again, any business that you want to get into, you have to understand that the management, the promotional, and the customer acquisition, that's where the money is. The money is not in doing the work. Because many people would like, I'll be the painter, I'll paint all these rooms, I'll make all the money. If you go ahead and hire 5 painters, 5, and get yourself 2 trucks, that's $1 million business. $1 million business. But see, once again, you're gonna have to be the whip. You're gonna have to chase after people. Because the thing is, humans are flimsy. Humans don't want to do right. Humans, I mean, this is a story. I hired this guy, right? And I hired him because he was supposed to go with me up to Tennessee to drop off this, because if a furniture load was within driving distance, we would do that versus ship it because one, the furniture would arrive intact, and 2, it was just quicker and literally cheaper. So I hired this guy, and he didn't show up for his first day of work. And I call him and I call him. I'm like, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And his girlfriend answered the phone, and I heard him whisper, tell him I'm sick. And I'm like, tell his ass he's fired. And I hung up. And I went up there and did it myself. Apple Mac 5. I was living in San Francisco and Oakland when Craigslist was first started, and I was getting free stuff everywhere from my house, but never thought about reselling until years later. Mm, mm, mm. William, don't worry about saturation. If it's something you good at, you can beat saturation. He called you broke boy because you didn't have a job. Junior Kelly, I don't know what you're talking about. BK from the Rockers, agreed, Coach G. People are a trip. It's damn near impossible to have people be consistent. That's why I'm interested in starting my own business. Yeah, because once again, you got to struggle with yourself because once again, a business makes you accountable because to get that money, you got to be accountable to people. I had someone email me about a course because this is one of the things I hate about certain platforms. Think if at times information will disappear from a course, and I'll get these emails and stuff, and I'm like, where'd it go? And I'm going to complain in the Facebook group about that today because in the personal finance course, it's the audio book. The audio book is, the hustler's mindset, pimping yourself for, pimping your mind for success. So I go in there and it doesn't play. So I had to go back, find it, re-upload it and put it in the course. And this is one of the things that a lot of people won't tell you with these online courses. Sometimes certain sections will just literally disappear. And then when someone goes in and buys that course, then you're like, got to scramble to replace that section. So, once again, the personal finance channel, which, since I'm on my phone, I can't show it to y'all. I will have to put that in the chat because I'll have to talk about it because that's going to be the new personal finance channel. I guess I'll just talk about it for the next few videos until the regular because I tried to do a regular live stream and it didn't work. I went to a networking event with a discussion about following up on your customers. They told me a potential market I didn't think about for my business. Follow up is key. Junior Kelly, you've been flipping cars. So you can only flip so many before they force you to get a dealer's license. Yeah, 1080s now the month. What's up, Rakin? Apple Mac, if you got the hustle, you can still do great with storage thing and Craigslist. Absolutely. I think it's calmed down where you can still get good prices for units, but the public is aware, so people are taking out uh, thoughts on SEP RAs. That's something that I'm going to be talking about on. You don't want to do a SEP RA because RAs have limits. You want to do a SEP, which is a self-employment pension plan, where you can put up to 25% of your profits into that per year. I'm going to talk about the whole thing because with my long-term investments, you're doing real estate raking. If you want a self-directed IRA because you could put your real estate in that self-directed IRA. You could put a lot of stuff in a self-directed IRA because for entrepreneurs who make let's say I wanted to do a Roth IRA. I make too much money to do a Roth IRA. What I would have to do, well, it's already done. I would have to limit my personal income, pay myself a salary of no more than 120,000, and have the company run my Roth. That's one way to get around it. Go do tech. Go ahead and do get into tech. Go ahead and do it. Because one of the things I'll be talking about, because this is one of the things um, I have an issue with, is personal finance for entrepreneurs, and that's actually I'm going to talk about that. Because once you make past a certain amount of money, you can't participate in RAs. Like I personally, like the money that I plan, I've taken out of the business this year, I can't do a Roth. Does anyone recommend setting up holding company books? What do you mean? Yep, over 100, 118, 120, you can't get into a Roth. Well, Reagan, since you own your own business, what you would have to do is pay yourself a salary less than 118 to participate in the Roth. And once again, there's so many ways, because once you own a business, there's so many ways that you can flip the script. Like if I wanted to participate in the off or a Roth or a regular RA, I could, but one of the things I'm going to do is not worry about taxes. This is the beauty of a Roth. Well, a Roth, you put money in, you be able to take it out tax deferred. Because the contribution limit is so little, I mean, what my retirement plan is, I'm just going to set up a real estate company, pay the taxes, and just collect those big checks. This is the dilemma, because if you're trying to do everything on a tax deferred basis, this creates limitation. Yeah, I can't actually show that because I'm on the phone, because the regular live stream stuff, it just didn't work. Yeah, but you can go to Hustlers Kung Fu and get the art of holding and use the promo code money to get 50% off. Because one of the things, with the personal finance channel that I'm going to be talking about is, for one, I'm going to go through my journey of making money and then talk about what people should do. Because like the first video up there is how married couples, like, let's put it this way. I would not marry a no account woman. Any woman I would marry would have a job. And we would just take her salary and put it in the bank. The only thing that worries me with the self-RA is you pay taxes later. You think taxes will be higher in 30 years? I wish there was a way for me to pay taxes now and push aside the tax benefit SEP offers. It really is going to depend on what your income level is 30 years from now. If you're in the high income bracket, your taxes are going to be higher. One of the things, because I've had this conversation with myself, the way that I run my business, like this year, I've taken $350,000 in PayPal loans to offset my taxes, because PayPal is not going to report $1 million. They're going to report $1 million minus that 350. So that's tax money. That's taxes. I'm not going to be responsible. So there's so many ways you got to do it. Like you're in real estate. If I were you, well, this is one of the things I'm going to do. I would take my real estate and put it in a self-directed IRA, and I would sit down with a CPA and go over how that's going to benefit you. Because honestly, let's see, you got 2 rentals right now, right? You get up to 10 rentals and you get those bad boys paid off before you retire. That's passive income. Because, see, this is why real estate is so important. Um, with real estate, you get built-in depreciation and tax deductions. So let's say you got 10 rentals, and at the time rent's like $3,000 a month. So that's $30,000 a month. So that's $360,000 a year. You go ahead and depreciate your real estate to $300,000, you're only going to pay taxes on 60. So there's this. This is why real estate is such a great investment, and why I'm getting into it and stop playing these games the way that I run my company. Taxes do not go down. Lewis, if I order one of your products, I'm not selling anything on money, income, profit. I moved everything over to Hustlers Kung Fu University because, this is the things we're going to talk about on the new channel, because personal finance for entrepreneurs, I need to remember that. But yeah, I would do put the real estate in the self-directed IRA. Because, see, with a self-directed IRA, you could put anything you want in there. You could put, Teletubbies. You could put in dominoes. I don't know. I'm going to pull the trigger on my first rental property next year. The Atlanta market is so hot right now. I'm waiting for it to cool off a little bit before I jump in. And, Airbnb is coming under a lot of scrutiny by these cities. So I may just do, because the whole key with real estate is buying the property correctly, getting the property at a discount. That's your key to making money with real estate. So I've got some plans for that, but I'll be talking about that on the new channel. I ordered it a while back. Lewis Point, go to teachable.com and you can log in and find your product there. I put that video out. Thanks, Rakin. Because one of the things you can do is, because like a SEP RA, because once again, and I'm going to talk about this, most financial products are geared for poor people. Yeah, Lewis, go to teachable.com, log in, and you should be able to access your courses there. Because once you start making real money, because first thing you got to understand is half the country is broke or close to it. And then, only 10% of the country makes six figures. I see 6 abandoned properties married where I get funding to buy these. WT Ride Out. Contact the people and see if they'll do owner finance. Diana, bed and breakfasts has a better tax benefit with an overseer. I didn't know that. So one of the things is, because the whole thing with entrepreneurs, we got a whole different set of opportunities to shelter income. Because essentially, if you own a company, you as the owner determine how much money you're going to pull out of the company. Fred Williams, there are no deals on disruptive mail products. None. I'm not discounting that. There is no, when I say that I live on 7% of my income, I only take out a small percent of my money out of the company. And the way that I run the company is at a tax advantageous way. Because as long as you take the money and leave it in the company and use the money to buy more stuff, you don't pay taxes on it. So we will be talking about that. Because personal finance for entrepreneurs. Candace P, yes, Airbnb is profitable, but the licenses you have to get is timely at times. Then you have to file taxes each month. Experience with Florida. Wow. I mean, they're really pressing on. Franklin, have you read the book Work the System? Been loving it. Do you create standard operating procedures in your business? All the time. Businesses, the difference between $1 million business and a $10 million business is systems and processes. That's the only difference. Glendon, I think you should still wait because you're targeting the well-off market, and when the real estate market goes down, your clients will still have money. Well, this is one of the things that I've noticed during the last downtown turn. People who were renting, the rents went up because people couldn't get houses; they couldn't qualify, so rent went up. Candace P, and you have to get a license for each property, really? Like, because once again, one of the things that I don't want to do is misspeak because I'm not currently doing it. And I like to give information from something I've done, I'm currently doing. So I don't know anything about Airbnb. And, I am researching real estate. I've been researching real estate for the last 6 months. And the market's just crazy. So I'm sitting on my money. Karen Rakin, were you selling digital products and internet marketing during the 2008 crash? Curious about. 2009. I did very well during the recession. 2009 is when I started this channel and I started selling digital products. My third year, I made over $1 million. Digital products, but see, I was selling a product that taught people how to make money in the resale business in a recession. Even before, I got sick and my partner developed cancer, our business was increasing in the resale business and our customer base. All right, Rakin. Thank you, dude. Because essentially, digital products are not going anywhere. Uh, the market for information, selling information, teaching people how to do stuff. I just got contacted by this company that wants to sell one of my courses. I don't know what benefit that's going to be to me. Yeah, because Apple Mac, that was one of the things. Because I got a friend who just bought a house in Florida, and she's been doing vacation rentals for 6 months, and she's made $50,000 already. So Antonio Henry, you can reach me on Consulting Tuesday. You can buy it at Hustlers Kung Fu. Every Tuesday, I get on the phone and talk to people. So that's what you want to do. And you can use the promo code money for 50% off. Yeah, because, if you get, because once again, this is the whole deal with real estate: location, location, location. That's very true for Airbnb, and also price. If you could get, because I have a friend, in Florida, she bought this condo. It's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath condo on the beach. She got it from, it was a deal from a friend of a friend that never even hit the market, and she got it for the low low. And I think it's making let's see, 1 month she did $10,000. Once again, Rick and Profit, you should read the book, The Automatic Customer. Let's see. You should read The Automatic Customer. That is a big component of my business, subscriptions and payment plans. The Automatic Customer by John Warrillow. book changed my business. Because what's going to happen is once you get a subscription model, you're going to have money just roll in every month. Yeah, I don't really know how that's going to work, Butte Wayne, but one of the big keys to personal finance, because I've been looking at the whole market, and it's just aimed at people who make no money. I'm looking to leverage renting my house on Airbnb as I live 4 blocks from where the Super Bowl will be. Byron Randall, you're going to get crazy money during Super Bowl week. If they can walk to the stadium, you can put that in your Airbnb, walk to the stadium. So one of the things that you should do is start renting your house now to build up your reputation on Airbnb. Because, if you just wait until Super Bowl weekend and you don't have any reviews, it's going to be a little hard to get that big money. So, yeah, you want to start now. And this is the whole thing. Like anyone, because, within the personal finance channel, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff and dealing with taxes, credit cards, a lot of things that, that I've tried to bring on this channel, but it's going to be more niched. Thank you, Lieutenant Johnson. Have good insurance. Those people could be trashy party animals. Lots of Airbnb horror stories. Yeah, I've seen some of those. I've seen some of those. But one of the things is Apple Mac. Back around 2010, I saw a house in College Park go from 90 to 10K. No joke. It was better than my house. I think it was a foreclosure. All right. We don't use that word on this channel. So once again, we will be talking about a lot of personal finance. Yeah, that was something else. Prince Diamond. I'm just blocking them. Last year's Super Bowl Airbnb book was for big money on the credit card, but it was a chargeback, and the airport lost their shirt. Erica Nicole, if you dress the house up, people nice enough, people don't want to mess it up. A to the D3X, Detroit Super Hot Market. We make our money when we buy, like G said, all across the country. Off market deals under 50%. A loan to value got a Pompano Beach pre-foreclosure, 67,000, 40,000 rehab already appraised. That's how you make your money. A to the three, because one of the things I was thinking about with my real estate company is starting a wholesale. Like, people look for wholesale deals, but keep the deals in house. Instead of selling them, or maybe sell a few and keep the best deals and rehab them, because I've just done the numbers. You get a house for 60,000, you get put in 40,000, and the house appraises at 250. You could rent that house out for 1,800 to $2,000 per month. In 2 to 4 years, you've got your original investment back, and it's just cash flowing. SEPA scope. Do you start investment before you get out of debt or after it? If you want to be a true investor, you will be debt free. And we will talk about that. Definitely get out of debt. Oh, I would say interior decorating would be a great skill to have if you're in real estate. staging these houses, making them look pretty, making them look sexy, and all this, and everything. Because one of the things that you need is a multitude of skills to make money. And one of the things that many people don't do is skill themselves up. Like, we got Rakin on here. Rakin was working at what, Cracker Barrel or somewhere like that. And he learned how to resell. He learned how to do Amazon. He learned how to do YouTube. He learned how to put the group together because him and Bonafide Hustler have the green room. That's been going on for about 5 or 6 years. So you see multiple streams of income. So if you want to make money, you got to level your skill sets up. Alpha Mac, the hardest thing is which is getting a reliable, trustworthy rehab team. And my answer to that was I was going to hire my own people where I got to control them. All right, 1-2 Amacor. And so essentially, what I'm thinking about, I haven't put it together, is get me some people in the Philippines to call to find the rehab deal, buy that property with my own cash, and hire my own rehab team where they only work for me, and just get enough business to keep them working, and run that business that way. That's what I'm looking at doing. Lieutenant Johnson, eBay is one of my side hustles. Rakin's videos help me a lot out as well. Yeah, he puts his heart into the resale community. Because, like I said, I used to, I'm the godfather of the resale community. When I started, there was me, the redneck picker. That's a name you haven't heard in a long time. And then all these new jacks came up here because the YouTube algorithm started blowing up people. And they started getting all these subscribers. I've never heard of Property Shark. Don't know what that is. Chris Monroe, I've hired and trained 3 people, cold callers in the Philippines. They run the front of my real estate business. And that's what I'm looking at, just to go ahead to put together a team to call to find the deals and just rehab them myself. Eric Williams, I'm on an interview with my Filipino VA on Tuesday. I've never heard of Property Shark. Don't know what it is. Byron Randall, is there such thing as good debt as per Kiyosaki? Absolutely. Good debt is money that you use to buy things that produce money. Like I said, you shouldn't use your personal credit or your business credit for flimsy stuff. You shouldn't use your personal credit for a car. You shouldn't use your personal credit for vacations. You shouldn't use your personal credit for flimsy stuff. Your personal and business credit should be used to buy assets that produce a return. I'm in the Philippines right now, American. I own 3 rentals paid off. You living that life. You living that life. I don't know if I'm gonna get into mobile home investing because that's one of the big things that's coming up because you can literally get into a mobile home for $5,000. Property Shark, okay. So one of the things is, because like I said, this whole new channel, personal, because it's Glendon Cameron. I'm still waiting on my cover art and thumbnails and stuff, but I just wanted to launch it today because there will be videos Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So that's going to be the schedule. And there's a lot of things I want to talk about from an entrepreneurial standpoint, because once you start making large money, regular investments just don't work for you. Once you make past 100, I think they start taking out Social Security out your check at 94,000. because they're only going to give you so much money. So there's a limit, and it's just too many limits. And one of the things that creative real estate is life changing. I'm closing the house this week for closing costs only $850. Apple Mac, that's one of the things that I'm going to do is to start networking and getting to know people because, fortunately, I have the time. I don't have to just jump into the real estate market really quickly because my goal is to pay cash for my rentals. So getting them at the appropriate price, because like let me just tell you what I saw. This is someone clearly they ran out of money. They had this house off Metropolitan Parkway, which is the hood, for $180,000, and it was just a shell of a property. It was just a shell. And you can see, and that's one of the things I consistently saw, that people had got into these deals where they ran out of money because they know what they were doing. So, and Hateville is blowing up. You're absolutely right, Kevin. Part of Metro Parkway is Hateville because what's in Hateville? Porsche bought the old Ford factory and they have their racetrack there. So all around that factory, development is going crazy. Apple Mac, as soon as the market turns down, guarantee the market will instantly flood with deals. People are over leveraged right now. Could be. Could be. Hateville's been doing good for like 10 years. Yeah, they've always had these little shops. Drop some masterminds in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. So, personal finance for entrepreneurs is really. I am streaming from my phone because the stuff for the computer did not work. Yeah, it's different. When do you think the market would finally correct? I don't know. Once again, timing the market is one of the hardest things you can do. Who are these people? So I'm not going to try to time the market. I'm going to get into it because this is the thing. Because we're going to be talking about stocks, we're going to be talking about bonds, and essentially, if you historically look at the stock market, even with the downturns and the recession, because I was watching the video yesterday where this guy had left his money in the market during the Great Recession, and his portfolio got back to where it was and took off. All right, Tebra. Yeah, Grant's a beast. Grant Cardone is a beast. Yeah, I mean, Hateville is very interesting because Hateville's right next to the hood. I have no thought. I've never thought about hooking up with Jay Morrison. Never entered my mind. Once again, one of the things you got to understand is I've been an entrepreneur on several different businesses, and my first thought is that I don't want to partner with anyone. I don't need to partner. That's just not part of that. I've seen some of Jay's stuff, but I have no desire to partner with Jay, none whatsoever. Because here's the thing: I've had one partner, and it worked out really, really well, and that's the only partner I've had, and I'm not looking for another partner. No, I've not thought about earn your leisure. Pretty much Apple Mac, because I don't really need partners. Right now, I am just a real estate researcher. Chris Monroe, I just went to an event in Las Vegas where Jim Morrison was supposed to be there. He backed out. Oh. So one of the things is, we're going to talk about, on the personal finance channel, because it's going to be aimed about how to get your money up. Yep, Hateville, Peachtree City was a great opportunity once the movie studios had started filming there years ago with the Hunger Games. And that's something a lot of people don't know. Georgia is really big. The Walking Dead is filmed here. On my old Instagram, I got a picture with me and the Stranger Things kids. That was filmed. There was a lot. I think all the Marvel movies were filmed here because Georgia had made it so appealing for these studios to come here that a lot of movies were made here. Because The Walking Dead, the first scenes, you could see the Atlanta downtown. Rona Stockton, I'm from the DC, Virginia, Maryland area. You have to be part of a group made up of different skills to make money in real estate in this area. Groups are winning here. All right. I mean, I think real estate groups are doing well here in Atlanta too. Well, Detroit's a gold mine. A lot of people don't realize that in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, Detroit was the second largest economy in the world behind America. So there's a lot of old money. Detroit was a boom town. There was a lot of people in Detroit with money. Because you go to certain parts of Detroit, all you see are mansions. No, I think partnerships can be good. It's just I'm at a position where I don't need a partner. Terry Hipler, would you consider, have you ever used RE Business Coaching? I've used YouTube University. Like, seriously, if you want to get in real estate, watch YouTube real estate videos for about 6 months. I mean, I've learned everything about wholesaling from YouTube. I've learned everything about subject to from YouTube. And these are people who are doing it. Exact crypto, I think AG Gaston would be sad. Turf, a superior construction company, is the key to real estate partners. I was watching it, and this was Flip Man, the Flip Man who talks about real estate. He brought this dude on who has his own his construction company. And they do about 92 homes a year in Birmingham, Alabama. 92. It's like 10 a month almost. What's up, agents? Jay Poole. I remember living in Atlanta and being saying that Georgia had the second biggest movie economy after LA. I mean, there've been a lot of movies here. Oh, Ray actually has put out a lot of information. King Nick, people think I'm crazy when I say YouTube has been the best invention of the 21st century. You could pretty much become a millionaire with the info I hear from real estate to stock marketing. Pretty much. Because, once again, all the stuff I know about real estate, like Flip Man, he puts, a lot of information. There's several real estate channels. There's Max Maxwell gives out so much high valuable information. It's crazy. Hey Glenn, will your new channel have some good info for truckers? I don't really know, because once again, it's personal finance. Because one of the themes is going to be personal finance for entrepreneurs, and it's going to be personal finance for married couples. That's the first video, and I'm I'm doing my research and I'm outlaying the listing schedule, because I'm going to release videos Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So, Chris Monroe, there are no excuses anymore. I mean, right now, There's so much information out there. YouTube University can make you rich if you just sit, watch, and more importantly, take action. And that's the key component because, like right now, the first video is about married couples. Like, I can go ahead and if I get married, my wife's income is going in the bank, and that money will be used for investments. Alyssa Franks, I agree. YouTube is great, if the best invention of the century. I mean, it's amazing. Chris Monroe, I don't know how people are still paying for college. Essentially, going to school, getting a degree, because like yesterday was football, and I was looking at all these kids in the student section, saying I got my degree from DePaul or Ohio, or there still carries a lot of prestige. Tracy Stephen, I agree with you on investing your wife's future check. College is a joke. Because go ahead on the new channel. Like, if I get married, this is the template. I'm not gonna marry no account woman who don't have no job. So whatever she makes, what we're gonna do is put this in a separate checking account with both our names on it, and that money will be used for investments. It will be none of this, hey baby, this is your sugar daddy G. I got all the bills. I got the mortgage. I got the car payments. You do whatever you want to with your check. That is fuckery. That's just stupid. That's just financially irresponsible. Anthony Mungardner, Bernie Madoff stuff is very interesting. He said he started his Ponzi scheme when the stock market took a turn for the worse. He said out of his own mouth that he wasn't going back to being poor. Hey, once again, because like I said, I've been watching a lot of personal finance channels. And incidentally, a lot of these kids who don't have any money, who don't have my financial background, are killing it, are crushing it. Produce justice, colleges also in investing in networking opportunity. These families bribe their kids into these institutions for a reason. Yeah, because you go to Harvard, the networking opportunities that you're just going to have from being on the campus are crazy. Trav, I'll be talking about that on Disruptive Mail. I was wise beyond my years and never paid for academia in the two campuses I attended. Turf. Carl Blank, you make sense. Most of these women want to spend your money and their money. They ain't happening. Not on my watch. Gabe, you mean the guys think that's how to keep a woman? That's how you keep a foolish woman. Who wants that? There's no nobility in being poor. I agree with you, Anthony. What if she earns more than you? Diana Corchis, I would love to meet a woman that makes more money than me. I would love to meet a woman that makes more money than me. Oh man, goodness gracious. She makes more money than me. We just live off her income and invest mine. Either way, it's more money, more money, more money. John, I'm 21, learning how to start in real estate. John, you need to get started. You need to dip your big toe into the water. Ron, are you familiar? I'm a vet. I have a VA loan certificate, which I have not used. My goal for the real estate is to pay cash for my rental properties. There's a lot of women who make more than men. Yeah, I would love to meet a woman that made more than me, because she would be making millions per year. Gabe Knox, we could take over the world. Pretty much. Car break, me too. The more she makes, the less I spend, the more I can invest. Because, I mean, I'm really in a good financial position. I pay cash for cars. I've got enough cash in the bank to pay for my first real estate rental. So it's a whole different ball game over here because, with the disruptive male channel, one of the things that I have found out is most of these chicks out here are poor. They have no money. They don't have no money. They don't do anything. They have no career plans. All right, Cypher, 3R. John, just get started. I got my duplex from a 22-year-old wholesaler. I worked in a lab in the military. So there's going to be all types of opportunity. And I'm very excited about this channel because this channel is going to be more social commentary, what's going on. And I'm seriously thinking, I don't know, I haven't committed to it because I'm thinking about starting a personal finance channel for men, but that might be duplication. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. I haven't committed to that. Erica Williams, let me tell you, a whole bunch of men over here with the same plan. No careers, just enough money to be roommates and play games are barely existing. It's a generation of barely existing out there. I'm telling you, man, the women I've been running into of lately, it's just like, this is all you aspire for in your life? Ganja, I thought about doing headshots. Yeah, man, they don't have no money, man. These young girls don't have no money. Erica Williams, van life people are homeless people with cameras. I've been saying this for the longest, that van life is all about the economics. Erica Williams, they need to find each other. All of these women with no dreams and men with no dreams, they don't want each other. And this is something that's funny. A woman can be broke, have bad credit, but she feel that she could get a top choice dude. Like she thinks she could pull a Sierra, but Sierra had money. Let's get this clear. Sierra had money. Sierra made bad choices with Future, but Sierra had a little something going on for herself. And she locked Russell down with that little girl. Because I said, the only way this is going to work is Sierra has Russell's baby quick. And she did. Jaded New Yorker, Erica Williams, you ain't right. She clowning in the chat. She clowning. Poor Van Love, pretty much. Paul Brown, the way women were raised and taught about their role in relationship, money could be a huge factor. This is something I used to, when I was dating to meet someone, one of my serious dating questions was, hey, babe, I've been on this kick for the longest. It's like, if I came home to you and I said, hey, let's live on one income and invest the other, and just sit back and see how they handle that question. And so many chicks failed that test. They were like, well, as long as it ain't my income, well, I don't know about that, Told me a lot about the way she thought about money. Gabe Knox, most of these women let their mom run their life. I ran into that. Diana, you coming out of retirement? Why are you coming out of retirement? It's an entitlement mentality. Carl, you're right. Apple Mac, the twerk power is real. Oh, man. AJ, twerking messes up your knees in the end. Turf, that's the main reason I left my ex-fiancée. She came from a prominent family in Nasu, was entitled and lacked ambition. Smoke, huh? Yeah, I hear you. I'm happy as a truck driver when I have more sources of income. Go ahead and set them up, man. Agent J. Poole, I see a lot of homes, and it amazes me how many people sleep on mattresses on the floor, piled up sheets and air mattresses. Low money standards equal low living standards. Dude, I have seen that. And that is crazy. Sheets on the windows versus curtains. Eric Williams, thanks for the $20 super chat. You want to find go-getters, go conference, galas, golf classics, and charity banquets. I literally have my calendar full next year. My last two dudes were a judge and an engineer I met at an Austin banquet and golfing. Proximity. You got to be close to these people. Gabe Knox, they completely killed the crypto game real fast. Like, I'm not going to really talk about crypto. Once again, crypto is unstable. If you get in, like I bought Bitcoin 2009 for little or nothing, and I held on to it for 8 years before I sold it. That's how you're going to have to do crypto. Apple Mac, I agree with Erica, for serious people. Victor Rail, you guys are laughing on the upper decks of the Titanic America. This whole nation is sinking without a true lifeboat. The survivors being concentration camps and concentration games with the Russian and Chinese. Oh, I spoke about that. I feel that we're going to have cities that are going to be walled. The rich people are going to live in the cities, and the poor people are going to live out there in the Badlands. Jaded New Yorker. She and Erica are going to be good friends. Erica's clowning. Well, I didn't call him my special friend boyfriend. Black Caesar. A lot of these van living people have 1 million more subscribers, but are broke. Black Caesar, they got 1 million subscribers. They ain't broke, man. They getting about $10,000 to $20,000 a month YouTube money. Hunger Games 2020-30. America's going to be going for another 100 years if you're investing. If you aren't investing, you're going to be just surviving. And that's just something else, too, because watching these finance channels, I learned a lot about stocks and stuff. And essentially, if you leave your money in the stock market and don't get scared during these downturns and continue to contribute, I've seen chart after chart where you're going to have more money. You're just going to have more money. Turf, the moat must be defended with crocodiles. That's funny. Cigar lounges, you're going to meet a different type of person. Diners Orchards, I would be killed for money and proxy. Yeah, the van life, like the recent van life girl, her name's Elena. Look at who she is. She's attractive, she's little, and she's very feminine. And she quit her job shortly after her YouTube channel blew up, and she bought another van, which she's going to do a build out on. And eventually she's going to be moving into a house. Paul Brown, my brother's wife wasn't comfortable 20 years ago not getting a weekly paycheck when he was starting the business. His partner stayed the course and is a multimillionaire with several rental properties. I know of a story like that where there's a guy who's a millionaire and his wife, she wanted to have babies when he was still in the building phase, and they got divorced, and she left way too soon. He's a multimillionaire. He makes millions of dollars from his job. And he has several rental properties that are paid for. She left way too soon. Will Melvin. Oh, Super One. I think it's going to become real because if you've noticed the migration patterns, the people with money are moving from the suburbs back to the city. Young people and old people. And they're moving in these high rises. That little dirty girl, Cave Knox. Chris Morano, one of those like van life people, she drove out to California from St. Louis because it's more van friendly. There's this is a new trend. There's a lot of channels talking about flipping mobile homes. I don't know what's going on with Ultra FICO, because but once again, this is the personal finance channel. I will be uploading videos there Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Michael, she left at the right time. No, Dale left at the wrong time. John is rolling. He's been rolling for pretty long. Eric Williams, prime example. Several of my white friends here in Austin bought a house in the suburbs for no money down, stayed there for a year with rooms rented out, then moved back to the city of Austin a year later. Rich people are going to be living in the cities. Like right now, like I saw this today. This house in Buckhead, which is one of the richest areas in Atlanta, is 1,800 square feet, but rents out for $3,600 per month. So the location. Goodfellow Nail, I don't know. Seeing the monies in mobile home parks. Well, mobile home parks are really interesting because you can't build anymore. Nobody wants to build a mobile home park, so the existing supply is shrinking. So there's only so many mobile home parks. Black Caesar, if you make a new channel for men targeting making millennials millionaires, that's funny. Got to have an actual plan, Erica. And this is one of the things that, I'm going to be talking about planning on becoming wealthy. Becoming wealthy today is not easy, but the concept is simple. And this is something that if you have the income, you can do in 10 years or less. To me, the fastest path to becoming wealthy is starting a successful business. I've seen it so many times. Literally, I became a millionaire in 3 years of being on YouTube. My first year, I made 62,000. My second year, I made 92,000. My third year, I made 1.5 million. I didn't do that kind of money in the storage auction business. And it was the leverage and the power of YouTube and digital products. So, like I said, when that was happening, that was 2011. I was a hoe in 2011. I had money. Every morning I would wake up and there was money in my merchant account, and my Amazon sales were like bananas. And every month I got a huge check from Amazon, a huge deposit. I didn't have to do nothing. I experienced what retirement was like with money coming in. And, I just explored my Craigslist protocols. What's up, David? It is funny that I'm seeing people I've never seen since I'm doing this on my phone. It's very interesting. I need to get moving on this Wi-Fi bread. Like I said, the internet is a different playing field, and the internet is a game changer. The internet is the game changer. Chris Moon, phone trigger those subscribers? Apparently so. AJ, I've been watching you for a couple of years. I'm just barely on here. Thoughts on the FTC fines? Oh, Erica, this is why I don't make children's content. They've been really encroaching on children's content, human trafficking. This is why Craigslist got rid of the personals. I would not touch any kid content, because what's going to happen is all these people with these family channels who've been making content. Because the thing is, if you have videos with children in them and videos aimed at children, you're going to be super scrutinized. And if you're not squeaky clean, you're going to lose money. Good fellow Nell, put your stuff out there. Never ever be saying, never ever go like there's too much saturation. I mean, like personal finance. There's so many of those channels. And I'm just going to go out there and put my unique point of view out there. All right, Gabe. Your mobile home investing is real. They've been making millions in Christian family friendly channels. Absolutely. Pretty much scarcity mindset. I don't care if there's a million people doing it. That tells you that there's money in that market. The more people doing it, the more money there is. I appreciate that, good fella Neil. Because like I said, one of the big things that's been missing from the personal finance genre is not a focus on making more money. Half of America doesn't make enough money to invest. Half of the country. I will be doing some research on that because what I'm going to do is open up a Robinhood app and just walk people through the process. AJ, there's money to be made for everyone on YouTube. Absolutely. Apple Mac, I feel like they're going to try to start to slow down this internet money down because, they can't do it. They can't do it. Once the genie's out the bottle, it's just smoke. You can't do it. Lemon, it's funny. My brother and I are the ones who made the mobile game pop in Atlanta. We started 2.5 years ago and sold over 200,000 in mobile home flips. Check out Christina Smallhorn about mobile homes. She's got a lot of stuff out there. Invest in Uber while it's cheap. Because essentially one of the things I'm going to do is like, hey, I'm downloading the Robinhood app and I'm starting to buy these stocks and I'm just take people along the journey with me. Because even if you have a gang of money, it is not cool or prudent to just dump all that money in the stock market. Like say you got $3 million cash. You would be better off dollar costing that money into the stock market over a period of time because the stock market goes up and down every day. And you go ahead and put 3 million in there, then the market goes down and you're down to like 2.7. You're gonna be like, whoa, wait. You're gonna feel that. Well, Uber's trying to grow like crazy because they went the IPO and they're trying to make the numbers look good. They're taking losses up front right now for future gains because Uber ain't going nowhere. I mean, Uber is it's become a utility. AJ, it's the crazy drivers trying to rape people. That has become that's a public relations nightmare that's happening with Uber. Well, Travis had to step down. Making internet money is like a new drug, and YouTube is the main supplier. Absolutely, man. All right. So, since I can't do my things, this was sponsored by HustlersKungFuUniversity.com. You can go to there, Hustle Kung Fu Life Skills.com. Use the money code, use money as the promo code and get 50% off. So, with that, I will see you guys later.